This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Renovated the entire building, and International Innovation Center 2 has a home to welcome one of its own and exciting new companies. Thanks must be given to Ryan Smith, Director of our Economic and Urban Development, and Michael Sherwood, the city's Chief Innovation Officer, both of whom and their respective staffs have made these centers a reality for us. They continue to shepherd our vision to ensure the city of Las Vegas is an exciting and most attractive place for each of our tech companies to develop and test their new technologies. And now I guess I give it back to you, or do I have the honor to? Wisconsin boy, it's all yours. Our governor, Steve Sisolak.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. We were just communicating about Wisconsin. He lived near Gillies Custard. If Jeff Gilliam was here, he's from Wauwatosa as well. It's a little suburb of Milwaukee that's got some great custard, just like Lovett's in the city of Las Vegas. But it's an honor to be here with Mayor Goodman today and Mayor Schieve, and I think this demonstrates women getting things done. As in our legislature, we have a majority of women. Our Supreme Court has a majority of women. And these two mayors that are women are doing a great job, and we appreciate everything that you're doing. Thank you. And thank you for that kind introduction for hosting us today. Mayor Schieve, thanks for joining us in Reno. I hope you can hear us, and for hosting a simultaneous event in Northern Nevada. It is rare that we have an event simultaneously in two cities, but we believe that today's announcement warrants just that sort of connectedness. Today, I'm pleased to announce that my Governor's Office of Economic Development, chaired by Director Michael Brown, who's also joining us here today, is launching two small business startup accelerators in the cities of Las Vegas and Reno. These accelerators will pair their support with investments that the state will make in early stage businesses throughout Nevada as part of the federal State Small Business Credit Initiative program, once our plan is approved by the U.S. Treasury. We're excited to partner with Accelerator, a venture fund and national network of accelerators, to operate these accelerators and bring in investments from their own venture fund. Alongside Nevada's State Small Business Credit Initiative program, Accelerator Las Vegas and Accelerator Reno will invest in and accelerate at least 10 small businesses and startups per year. These Nevada companies will experience a program focused on mentorship, customer discovery, creating value for consumers, communities, strategic planning, individualized coaching, and meetings with investors in Nevada and from across the country. Startups and small businesses that successfully compete for a place in the accelerator will receive funding from the Accelerator's Venture Fund and are subject to federal approval from Nevada's federal SSBCI funds. In addition, each accelerator will hold free in-person and virtual programming and office hours throughout the year for any interested startups and small businesses throughout our state. Accelerator Las Vegas and Accelerator Reno will provide our state's newest small businesses the resources they need to grow their presence in the communities in which they are located. Accelerator was founded on investing in accelerating companies across race, place, and gender, and has become a nationally ranked accelerator that is partnering with states, industry, and higher education to provide a comprehensive solution for startup founders, of which 70% of those founders come from underserved communities. Since its inception, Accelerator has built its successful startup and small business programs across 35 cities, 20 states, and 4 countries. And they have brought venture capital and accelerators to states and communities that have long been shut out of access to federal capital and state capital. In the last decade, Accelerator has worked diligently to build a diverse international network of thousands of mentors, financiers, corporate partners, and companies, And that network will now be available to any Nevada small business or startups that take advantage of their services. The companies Generator has accelerated and invested in have gone on to create more than 8,000 jobs, and raise more than $1.2 billion through follow-up financing or exit events. We're looking forward to seeing these same results in northern and southern Nevada, and we're excited to have Generator here. Thank you to Generator's leadership team, Tony Vaseller, Joe Kurgis, and Maggie Brickman for joining us in both Reno and Las Vegas today, and for committing to building the next generation of Nevada's powerhouse companies. Today is an important day where we recognize that the one or two person company with a good idea, a vision, and a dream are just as important to Nevada's communities and to our economy. Out of 50 states, Nevada ranks as the highest state for its startup formation rate. According to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, those startups are an engine for job growth, and we need to keep that engine running. In Nevada, 17.15% of all new jobs are created by startup companies. Our accelerators will ensure that more startups and small businesses not only survive, but thrive in the state of Nevada. Thanks to Mayor Goodman and Councilwoman Diaz's leadership, Las Vegas has been recognized in multiple national rankings as one of the best regions for startups. Mayor Schieve is Nevada's entrepreneur mayor. She is not only an entrepreneur herself, but she has been an evangelist for Reno as a hub for entrepreneurs, particularly those from the technology industries, and her efforts are paying off. Nevada is blessed with leadership like theirs and so many others who are prioritizing homegrown talent to grow their regional economies. We are looking forward to using Generator's accelerators and accompanying investment to fuel economic growth through small businesses and startups. Thank you all for being here today. It's an exciting day in the state of Nevada. We're looking forward to Generator and all they have to offer. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Governor. I think Troy's like scribbling a new speech over there. Because the governor, that was really wonderful. You did. So now we're going to transition to Mayor Schieve in Reno, who is joining us virtually through the magic of technology. As the governor mentioned, she is an entrepreneur herself and has drawn on this experience to really champion entrepreneurs in northern Nevada. The mayor has shaped Reno into a city where businesses want to start and move to, and a place where more of the best and brightest want to live. So over to you, Reno Mayor Hillary Schieve.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone that knows me knows I'm very excited about startups, technology, and innovation. I want to say thank you to our wonderful governor and to our sister city, Las Vegas, Mayor Goodman, and we have lots of friends down there, so thank you so much. And also, I want to really recognize GoEd, Don, Mike Kazmierski is here in the room with us. All of you have been champions for wonderful innovation and technology. We are the biggest little city in the world. We all know that. I'm very proud of our city. I'm very proud of the entrepreneurs and the growth that we do here. I'm super excited about this partnership with the state of Nevada and the city of Reno. I'm a small business owner myself. I'm an entrepreneur, and I know how critical it is to foster our startup community. So to work with the Generator, this Accelerator project is remarkable. We have someone special in the house right here from the Generator. Give him a big round of applause. He's going to be running that program here. And so, but you know, this always speaks about Nevada and who we are, and you heard those statistics. We're at the top of the list when it comes to innovation and attracting technology, tech, and all things wonderful when it comes to economic development. So I'm very excited about this initiative, and I know many of you that follow me on Twitter, I'm always trying to recruit great companies and great people and local businesses to continue to build on this investment that we have been so fortunate to grow right here locally. So this is an exciting time. Again, it always seems like we're that city that just continues to make one announcement after another. Mr. Kazmierski, you know what I'm talking about. I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose. So when we have one more tool in the toolbox, this is what I strive for. Anyway, we want to send it right back to you, but we want to let you know we're so grateful and we're super excited about this partnership to continue to foster our entrepreneurial leadership here in Reno, Nevada.
Thank you to Mayor Schieve and to everyone here for coming out and celebrating this fantastic announcement. My name is Troy Vossler. I am one of the co-founders of Generator, and it's my privilege to be here in Nevada, here in Las Vegas, my counterparts in Reno, to make this very special announcement. As was mentioned, we are launching 2 brand new accelerator programs, both here in Las Vegas as well as Reno. On an annual basis, we are actively recruiting the best startups that we can find from local ranks, but also opportunistically companies that could really take advantage of some of the fantastic resources who want to start, launch, grow, and create wealth and jobs here in Nevada. That application is now open. Startups and entrepreneurs can go to generator.com/apply, learn more, and throw their hat in the ring for consideration for a $100,000 investment, both from Generator as well as those state small business credit initiative funds. In terms of how we got here, I thought it would be interesting to tell the story through the lens of a fantastic Nevada entrepreneur that we were fortunate, Generator was fortunate to invest in back in 2019. Her name is Julie Arsenault. She owns a fantastic women's apparel e-commerce company, and we actually met her through our friend Jeff Sailing of Startup NV when she participated in one of Jeff's many fantastic incubator programs for entrepreneurs. We were doing recruiting. We were coming to Nevada. We were hosting office hours. We were looking to meet entrepreneurs, and Jeff, through his network, was fortunate to introduce myself and my colleagues to Julie, and we were just enthralled with what she was building and the early success that she was having. We invested through our Generator Fund back in 2019. She participated in one of our accelerator programs in Madison, Wisconsin. And subsequently, she has gone on to raise over $1.5 million in follow-on venture capital, and the company is currently doing over $50,000 in monthly revenue. This is the type of story that we want to tell. We want to create the next 10, the next 20, the next 100 Julies that are emerging here from the fantastic Nevada ecosystem. With that, I'd also like to thank a number of partners that helped make this possible. First and foremost, the Governor's Office of Economic Development, who has been just a fantastic partner in helping us get this off the ground. The City of Las Vegas, Ryan, and many of his colleagues who are here in attendance, in addition to you, Mayor. The City of Reno, as well as EDON, and I believe Doug Irwin is in attendance there in Reno. And then Startup NV. You know, I mentioned Jeff and his spouse Maggie's work that they have really laid the groundwork of building a fantastic entrepreneurial ecosystem here. And last but not least, the Reno Seed Fund, who's also been a great partner in the northern part of the state as well. One person, however, in particular, who I believe is in attendance in Reno, is Karsten from GoEd. And Karsten has been just such a phenomenal champion. And far and away, you know, Generator operates across 20 different states today. Karsten in particular and his GoEd office in general, Executive Director Brown's office, have been so far out ahead of not only understanding these complicated federal programs, but ultimately maximizing and getting the most out of them. And I want to give such credit to how fast he's been able to operate, how diligently he's been able to operate, and this event is the culmination of all those hard work and efforts. I'd also like to point out, because of that, relatedly, this is to my knowledge, the first State Small Business Credit Initiative program as part of this SSBCI 2.0 initiative that is being launched anywhere. So again, this is kudos to the state of Nevada, to GoEd, and to all of you for helping to make this possible. Yeah. So it's my privilege to be here. Thank you all. Again, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a mentor, if you're an investor, and you're interested in learning more about these programs, please visit our website, generator.com. That's GENER, the number 8, TOR.com. With that, I would like to introduce Councilwoman Diaz to say some remarks on behalf of the city.
Thank you so much, Troy. I am honored that both the International Innovation Centers that we have in the city of Las Vegas, 1 and 2, are both located in my wonderful ward, Ward 3. And so I just couldn't be prouder to be the councilwoman that represents the area. When the first Innovation Center opened a few years ago to standing room only crowd, the energy and vibrancy was palpable. There was such pent-up demand for incubator space every office was full even before we opened the doors. And as we mark the opening of a second innovation center and the arrival of companies like Generator, we celebrate the ongoing evolution of the city of Las Vegas as a tech hub. Like Mayor Goodman stated, I am so grateful for the vision and the hard work of our staff, everyone under the ranks of Ryan Smith out of EUD, Michael Sherwood in charge of our innovation at the city, but everyone in this room who is so excited about the tech space. You guys have been the ones that have been pushing us, talking to us, encouraging that we continue to move the ball forward so that, so that we can continue to put things into place, policies in place that support startup tech companies, helping to put Las Vegas on the map as a great place to innovate, disrupt, and develop more cutting-edge technologies that improve everyone's quality of life. Of special note is the fact that the City of Las Vegas's Economic and Urban Development Department, we've worked on this together, collectively, and as a former state legislator, it makes my heart happy to know that we are collaborating and cooperating with our state, that the state sees value in what we're doing and we're leading the charge on at the local level, and that we're getting things going, and because we've wanted to be that spark to bring in the incubator space, to have people really look at their ideas and their concepts and see them flourish. But then we need more resources to grow that spark and make it and find those catalysts, such as Generator, to then bring it to a bigger, better space, and hopefully starting to draw workforce from our home, right? And starting to prepare, what does the workforce of tomorrow here in Vegas need to be equipped with, and what do we need to be preparing in our schools so that the demand is there when you need them. So I am just highly encouraged by the spirit of collaboration, having GoEd with us, having EDON with us, doing this simultaneously, Reno, Las Vegas. I think it benefits the entire state that we put the state of Nevada on the map for this type of industry. It's an incredible partnership of governmental agencies, and I just believe in the collective power and how that leverages resources and brings things to everyone. I want to also welcome Generator to the City of Las Vegas and to Ward 3 especially in the International Innovation Center at Vegas number 2. And I also wanted to thank Generator, as I heard from your remarks, that your mission is believing in equitable investment across our community, regardless of race, place, and gender. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to all the women in the STEM field today, because it is International Women's Day. So kudos to all of you women who are making a difference in this space. And I want to make sure that all women see themselves in a tech hub space or in STEM career fields. We need us also leading the charge in these spaces. And so we're just confident that Generator will thrive in Las Vegas, a can-do city where opportunity has always been abundant, and anything and everything is possible when we put our minds to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilwoman Diaz, for your leadership and for your remarks. Okay, so this is like a true sign of collaboration that we're 4 minutes ahead of schedule. So now it is time to move into our Q&A. So we're going to say goodbye to our friends in Reno. Goodbye. And they will do their own Q&A on site there. So I would really appreciate it if you have a question, if you could raise your hand, identify what outlet you're with and for whom your question is. Because I don't know who any of you are. That will help me facilitate. We will do our best to get through as many questions as possible. As I said before, the governor is available for 10 minutes of this availability, and then he will step aside to speak to the Reno media. We also have Michael Brown, head of the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and Ryan Smith, head of the City of Las Vegas Economic Development Office, available for questions as well. Okay. And especially on the technical questions, I think Ryan and Executive Director Brown will be great. All right, I think we're ready. First question. Hi.
Shay Johnson, Review Journal, by the way. Thank you.
Good, how you doing?
Well, first I wanted to clarify that this program is moving away from this reliance on the industry, as you know. How much is an initiative like this going to sort of move that forward and sort of, accomplish that mission that seems to have been elusive for some time?
It's extremely important. Las Vegas is always going to be the entertainment and sports capital of the world. There's no doubt in my mind, convention capital, they do an incredible job attracting conventions and visitors to come to Las Vegas. We have seen through the pandemic and the last recession that the economic downturn that came as a result of something that happened nationally is devastating for our community. The only place that was hit harder than us was Hawaii. So we need to do more to diversify. This gives small startups an opportunity. As I said in my comments, if you're an individual, you've got a vision, you've got an idea, you've got the fortitude and the hard work ethics, Generator is going to be able to help you accomplish that. So the dream of who knows what the next tech startup could be. It could be a Google or an Amazon or an Uber. I mean, there's great ideas out there. Unfortunately, they need to be funneled and directed. And I'm confident that Generator is going to be able to get with the folks that are going to be part of this and give them the guidance and the mentoring that they need to get along the way. And I couldn't be more excited that we've got one in Las Vegas and one in Reno.
I would add to that, this is about the youth. When you look around in the society today, it's the young people, they're filled with ideas, they're excited about it. The youngest child, two-year-old even, has got a cell phone if the parent allows it. And what's happened is all of our schools and our underserved neighborhoods are filled with ideas and energy and excitement about the future. So as we look to the investment here, which we've been doing now since 19, we're excited about the collaboration with the international community as well, because somehow in certain parts of the world they seem to lead well in advance of us. And now this finally is the funding opportunity that we so desperately need, and the opportunity to generate more and the excitement. There's no limit to this, and technology, as we all know, is something we're going to be depending upon more, and certainly for connectivity around the world. Everybody is right up against everybody else, talking to them instantaneously. The opportunities are unfathomable.
I'll just add, one of the big problems that startups have, and I think they'll acknowledge this, is access to venture capital. And they don't have the resources, the contacts to get the venture capital. And you saw with the statistics, the Generator was able to make those connections and provide some of those resources. So that coupled with the mentoring that they're going to get, and as the mayor said, a lot of young people. Now there's some old people out there with some good ideas too. As you know, don't sell us all short here.
Come on, I have to show when you do this. And let me answer one other thing. Our convention business, our entertainment capital of the world, sports becoming sports capital of the world, the communication of the information is absolutely mandatory. And so as we develop our technological skills and make it involved with the entire state, but around this country and around the world, nobody benefits better than Nevada.
James Schieve, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Can you speak to the business owners, future business owners that are watching this that might receive these funds? What kind of climate are they currently entering into, both in Nevada and in Las Vegas?
Check your technological, no, listen. What we have so many advantageous opportunities for funding, whether it's through opportunity zones or other sources that we've been looking at, that the businessman that wants to come in and be part of that backbone to fund these entrepreneurial jobs that are going to be there, the ownership. It is also unending, and we are very accommodating. Everything that we're doing is moving things faster and faster through the accommodations and services we in this city provide. So it is a wide open slate, and we are always open to new ideas. And if Mike Sherwood is here, I'm sure, or Ryan is here, that could discuss some of those opportunities with you.
And I'll just add to that is the future of Nevada and Las Vegas is bright right now. It really is. We're coming out of the pandemic a lot faster than anybody thought we would, both on the state level and on the national level. We have the resources, we have the intellectual capital here with fine universities in both Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada. They can help us with the employment situation. We've got people that want to go to work, and if there's a place that will, a community that will embrace a startup in ideas, small businesses, which is what these are coming in starting at, it's going to be Las Vegas and Reno. So we encourage you to take a look at this here. Explore the opportunity. What my Office of Economic Development under Director Brown's leadership has done has been nothing short of amazing. What they're bringing in here, whether it's EV companies, delivery companies, manufacturing companies, they're doing everything possible because people view Las Vegas as in Nevada as a particularly attractive site. So we're going to continue to expand that across the entire state of Nevada, and it's a good time for the folks that are watching right now to invest in Nevada. Things could be better and brighter.
I have one more thing to add. The medical field. The medical field and law enforcement are so anxious for the furtherance of all technology. When you look to operations, you look to what's happening in the hospitals, and the needs are there, and the more we can attribute health care to technological advancements, it's going to be phenomenal. This is such an exciting time to be alive for anybody who's in this field or in any other field, because all you have to be able to do is explain your need, and technology will find a way to code it, do it, make it happen.
Nicole Robinson Carroll from Nevada Public Radio, and this might be a question more for the generator folks, but to what extent will these initiatives, these programs, support startups from outside the two major metro areas?
Great question. So as it was indicated, the funding is from the Governor's Office of Economic Development. This very much is a statewide initiative. So we're absolutely proactively looking for entrepreneurs from throughout the state. Again, I mentioned the great partnership with Jeff and Startup NV, who I think have laid the groundwork over the past few years to help facilitate that as well. But to answer your question, we are absolutely looking for startups from all over the state. The programs physically will be taking place in both Las Vegas and Reno, but startups from throughout the state are encouraged to apply.
Thank you.
And I just want to put in a plug for the rurals. If you're visiting or you're watching right now, Las Vegas and Reno, Washoe, Clark are great places to visit. But take a chance to go and explore some of rural Nevada. I mean, it's a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful place to be. You will see things you've never seen before. And it's really an exciting thing to partake in is visiting rural Nevada. It has an awful lot to offer.
We'll talk about one more and then we'll bring Gov into the Reno folks.
Go ahead. Kate, can you talk about how it works for a startup company that's would be applying and interested in this program? How does it work? If they put an application, their application is being selected, then what?
Correct. So applications are now open. Entrepreneurs are encouraged to visit generator.com/apply. So that's step one. Apply online. It's an online application. We ask pretty basic questions: name of your company, describe your company, what's your business model, who are your competitors, what's your traction, if any, things along that lines. Each of those applications is then reviewed by our Generator team. So that's the first cut down, if you will. From there, we have up to 3 rounds of interviews with those entrepreneurs, and at each subsequent round, we're both learning more about that startup company to help us inform our investment decision, and then narrowing that pool down. Ultimately, for each of these programs, we'll be selecting 5 startups who will each receive a $100,000 investment. Yeah, great question. We are looking for startups that, A, we think are a great investment. Is this a great team? Is this a great product or service? Are they selling into a large and growing market? Certainly, as indicated by the mayor, healthcare, law enforcement, these are all large and growing markets that aren't going anywhere. So is it a good investment? Secondly, do we think we can add value in a unique way? Between these two markets, Reno and Las Vegas, do we think there are corporations or institutions or health systems that startup as applicable can plug into? Because there's nothing more powerful than our ability to help a startup get customer 1, 2, 3, or 4 to help continue build that momentum to ultimately allow them to raise additional venture capital and continue to grow.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Congratulations to Generator and the city for doing this. Great opportunity.
Did anyone have questions for any of our other speakers or folks who are available? Shay, I just wanted to clarify one thing. It's hard for me to talk to you in a Bears mask, but on your question in terms of, so I think in our view, almost every business is a technology business these days, but in the example of Julie that Troy gave, she has a physical product that is technology supported. So it won't all be software necessarily. So Troy's criteria that he went through, I think, is broad enough for med tech physical products. So especially speaking to entrepreneurs, anyone that wants to pursue that really high growth path, regardless of whether it's pure software or not, is included. Does that help?
All right, so you just heard from Governor Steve Sisolak, Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman, Reno Mayor, and a startup co-founder. They talked about launching 2 small business accelerators in both Reno and right here in Las Vegas. And the goal here is to really help startups and small businesses that are just starting out. And they'll be partnering with a startup company called Generator to invest in these small businesses. The co-founder of Generator just announced the applications are open for a $100,000 investment on their website. And this is all to diversify our economy and make Nevada a real tech hub. Now, the officials stress that this doesn't mean tourism, entertainment, sports isn't a priority for our city, and they'll continue supporting those sectors in our state to grow as well. To read more about this, you can check out our website later tonight, lvrj.com. You can also download our RJ mobile app to get your local news in Las Vegas, available right on your phone. Coming up later tonight and tomorrow morning, our 7 at 7 a.m. and p.m. newscast will have all of your up-to-date news in just 7 minutes. We'll be seeing you again here at 7 tonight.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.